Hey, this is John Carlos, and I'm here with a look at the Kotobukiya bishoujo of Jason Voorhees from Freddy vs. Jason. It's interesting that there's a window on the back of the package so you can get a better look at her jacket blowing in the wind. Who are they kidding? It's so you can look at her butt. One of the things I dig about this package is that the top of it has the kind of iconography of the hockey mask. There's the holes punched in it and the little red lines, and I think that's a nice touch. So I'm going to assemble the little bishoujo statue by adding the little accessories to it, because that's the only real assembly you have to do. And the fingers are really tight when you're attaching the axe. You kind of have to pry them open a bit. Attaching the machete, though, is a little easier. It just slides right into the handle like so. Lastly, I just want to point out that the figure's base attaches not via a peg in a hole, but by magnets. I was pretty disappointed by the magnetic base on the Freddy bishoujo because the bond between the feet and the base wasn't that strong. But the magnetic connection on this statue, it's really good. Got no concerns about it falling over. Now, the overall design of this bishoujo figure is very striking. It's very stylized. The bishoujo line always has been. And obviously they're taking male characters and making them female, and then they're stylizing them on top of that, which is why they have such unrealistic, dimensions from the waist and her hips and all that. But I think the way she's posed, the way she's leaning, the way her jacket's blowing in the wind, the way they handled how you have a masked character like Jason and how they, adapted that, I thought this made sense. Including the mask but not having her wear it. I also think the fact that Jason's such a strong character who can, beat the crap out of you, I thought it was an interesting choice to give her, really strong abs. But the pose she's in with the axe and machete is cool. So let's go and kind of just focus on some of the details of the sculpt, because there's some good work going on here. First, if you can see all the little wrinkles in her pants going along her leg. Really good wrinkle, I don't want to say wrinkle work, but it is good work. The boots look good. They even have well sculpted laces. The tears in her pants are good. There's little cuts where there's blood trickling out. But there's really good paint where the pants have been kind of ripped too. The shredded pants look really good. The machete's got some good blood paint on it, so that's fun. And you take a closer look. The paint on the belt and the little studs on the belt look really, really good. I like the way they handled the ripped pants. Again, it's a little slutty. That's kind of the point. And I think they did a good job with the overall areas where they ripped it. The blood paint's fairly simple, but the shading on the stomach's really good. I think I might have it a little too washed out here with the light, but there is some good highlight on the stomach area. Now, I like the way they included the fabric kind of wrinkling on her shirt. If we can, focus on her boobs here for a second, the actual space in the middle there where the shirt's kind of being stretched, it all looks really good. The little wrinkles, the tears along the edge. But man, do I dig the jacket. This is her, Jason's Freddy vs. Jason look. He spent many movies with that dark green shirt, and then Freddy vs. Jason sort of revamped it with the brown coat, but I love the wrinkles along the sleeve. I love the way the jacket's billowing in the back. It's got a good fabric ripple to it. I love the edges and how frayed they are and how they use a darker brown for shading. Because bishoujo's really good at paint shading. So it's a really kind of cool, badass, dramatic looking effect. I like the way it bunches there, and I love the frayed edges of the sleeves. Both sleeves look really cool. Overall, the sculpt of this and the paint on it, really good. To me, a really dynamic pose. I really like all the angles that she's at. Now, if you take a closer look at her face, it's, becoming the typical good-looking bishoujo face. Again, great work on the eyes. The eyeliner and the eyelashes look good. The little pink lining on the bottom of her eyelid looks really good. There's really subtle shading on her cheek. Right below her eye and right above her cheekbone, there's light, kind of pink cheekbone shading. I think they did a good job with that. Also, I think they did a good job with her lips. I think not only the fact that you can kind of see the teeth in between there is cool, but the little lines that they added to the edge of the mouth to create that separation looks really cool. But the mask looks great. I mean, it looks perfect in my opinion as far as the shape of the mask and the paint of all the little dots and the red lines. Looks really good. And I think the choice of going with like shorter hair for this character worked really well. I like the way it's sculpted to kind of flare and feather out. And the actual different layers of feathering looks really cool. I don't even know if feathering is the right term, but I don't know. I hear people who do hair use it. It's flaring out to me, that's all I know. But the sculpted lines going down, the use of brown paint, looks really good. And the straps of the helmet look really good too. Like overall, they did a great job with the head of this figure. And they did a good job with the body overall too. You know, whether you're into this kind of approach for a figure, if you like this sort of cross-play attempt to like make Jason foxy, that's up to you. But I think this is a really cool looking figure slash statue. I think it's a cool approach. I like the ripped jeans. I like the pose they put her in. I mean, come on, when I see the statue standing on the shelf, I can't help but think it looks a little badass. I know it's a girly redesigned bishoujo style statue, but you know what? With the axe slung over the shoulder, the jacket blowing in the wind, I think it looks really cool. Now, I really liked Freddy vs. Jason. I thought that was a great movie, and I'm really glad that Kotobukiya made bishoujos of these two characters. I think they're really fun, and Jason in particular turned out great. Thanks for watching.